dear soul traveler, and welcome to this field of consciousness, to this channel, where I want to invite you on my journey. I'm sorry, to explore our potential in this duality. And what do I want to talk about today? What is it I want to share with you today? So basically, I thought, how can I share this whole information from the last 5 years with you? Like, what concept will I follow to share it? Will I start at the beginning, or will I just see if I can remember something? And then I created headlines and I wrote them down. I selected them and I put them like into little pieces of paper, and I have them with me on my journey now. And I thought it would be really fun to just pick one when I'm ready to. I'm sorry for the. I'm actually like on my mattress on my bed right now. So this tower I was building for the camera to be in that space, it's moving when I move. So I'm sorry while I'm recording this when the camera is moving. I'm trying to be really still. So I thought it would be just fun to pick like a little piece of paper out of the box and read what I've been writing at that time, whatever headline I'm gonna draw. And so I did that yesterday, and it actually helped me with my own process right now. So I was contemplating on what will I tell you about the things I wrote at that day, and a couple of things came together. And one part was very interesting because I was talking about a book from, I don't think it's available in English, but I will give you the link to her book in the description below. And her name is Doris Christinger. I think so. I will let you know in the description box. And she's talking about the feminine and the masculine energy. She's talking about the connection about like in the sexuality, how it's all connected. It's a really interesting book. And the part I'm mentioning at the time when I was writing about it in my journal, in my diary, was that she's saying that she builds up a pyramid for the masculine and feminine energy, and from a low vibration to a high vibration. And one part of it, she says, so the highest vibration in the feminine energy is, for example, part of it is fulfillment, abundance within, and love. And when the woman hasn't been able to integrate that in her life, she's looking for something else to find a compensation for those missing parts. And one way to find a compensation for that is in a relationship where the woman gets used. So that's the equivalent to it. And it made me think about, like, it was just in my mind all day, and then at night I was swimming in the pool and looking at the moon and the stars, and it was so beautiful. And I said to myself, I'm surrendering to, because surrender is also something we women have some work to do, a lot of us, to fully surrender and to let things happen, to let go, to trust that once you surrender, you receive. And also in sexuality, to fully let go, to open up for the man to enter you and to have this experience as a beautiful connection, because there's part of it where it can get a bit too rough, and then a mechanism for us women is to then, sex to like shut down or trying to protect ourselves, and to just find a man or a relation or to open up to really be able to surrender and to open our hearts again. And I actually myself had like a big subject on feeling used for my body, or only that the man can see me only being an object as a woman, and that their filter only is on sex. So it was, and it's still a process for me to open up to a connection again, to something real, and that the man actually wants the same as we do as women, to wanting to be respected and loved, and to open up and just have a really wonderful friendship, very deep and intimate friendship, and a fulfilling sexuality and laughter and blah blah blah, everything that comes with it. So with this intention to fully surrender and to open up, because when we open up and we really let go, we're able to receive. And receiving is a very feminine energy when you put the masculine into the active part, and giving, like when you separate it and describe it in those two areas. So I had a very interesting dream that night, which led me to see what was really going on within. Like, the dream itself is not really important. It was very simple, but I woke up with a very angry feeling within, that I didn't feel respected enough. I felt that the men in the dream were making fun of me, and my immediate reaction in the dream was, okay, you know what? I don't need this. Like, I have enough of it. I'd rather be on my own, separate from the group, which was in the dream a group, and I'm better on my own, like, because then no one can hurt me, no one can make fun of me. You know, it's a mechanism to protect myself, the isolation, and not let any man come close to me again, because then I cannot get hurt. And I think the way things are shown to us is really beautiful when we open up and see how this thread just goes on and goes on. Because a couple of hours ago, before I went to bed, I surrendered. I opened up and said, I'm ready for this beautiful connection again. I'm ready to trust again, and to believe in myself and trust myself for what I'm manifesting, or for what I'm drawing into life. And then the dream showed me a very deep wound I still had in my heart, that it was just easier to shut it down. It was easier to build a wall. And talking about the wall around our hearts, the days before that, that day too, I saw something. I ended up being stuck on YouTube Reels, and I cried a couple of times very strongly, with either something sad or with something very touching and beautiful, where you can see so much love. And I realized, because it happens to me again and again, that I react that way. And at the beginning I thought it was about because I lost my father 10 years ago, and it was about this absent father, the absent male masculine energy, which has been in my life from childhood on. Anyways, different story. And I just started crying, but it was the same emotion. It was either when it was sad or beautiful and touching, I felt the same way. And then I realized even when it was sad, actually behind it there was this love which you shared with the animal, or which you shared with your loved ones who is now gone. It's the love that we're crying about, that we're sad about, which we cannot have anymore, the flow of love, because all we want is to love. All we want is to just spread it like within. And since this person or this animal is now gone, we're not able to share this anymore. We're not able to spread it anymore. And I think this is part of what makes us shut down, what makes us build a wall around our hearts. And I realized that with every cry I had, that part of my wall is crumbling down, because at that moment I'm letting in a higher frequency than my system is used to. And because of this contrast, it really hits me hard when I see that and when I feel that, because it reminds me of what I've been shutting, like what I've been myself isolating to. And it's my own energy, it's my own love I've been separating from, because everything from the outside, every relationship, every beautiful connection is just a reflection of yourself. So I've been shutting myself off from who I really am, and with this, the love that I am. So with this crying, I realized this immense and beautiful energy of love which is available to us. And when I was in pool and just surrendering, I said, yes, I'm ready for that love. I'm ready to connect with myself again, to connect with this beautiful, touching, big emotion, feeling, frequency that I am. So the dream was a beautiful way of telling me, hey, there's something to look at. That's the reason. And I told you before that back then I would have found other ways, or I would have gone into my inner world and just starting to see things, or to find a place in my body where I feel the distraction of energy flow, and then to take it out. Like it's easy for me to see that, to just take it out and see what this energy is, and then maybe make that and turn it into a being which can talk to me back, or just changing the energy itself into like a bright light and then putting it back into my heart. Like there's so many ways, whatever axis you can believe is possible, So, and I thought today, okay, so how can I change that? The dream showed me what was going on, and I've been thinking about it for a couple of hours now, and I wrote it down, and I don't feel anything else. I don't feel that there's anything else to do for me right now, to just simply say, okay, so I just see that was still something, and thank you for bringing that to my attention. And I just said, thank you that you fulfilled your purpose right now. and I'm just letting it be. So that's it. But if you came across the same issue or something similar and you don't know what to do, your next step, you could try to maybe ask what it wants, or if it has a message for you, or if the energy you're pulling out or the energy you're seeing is changing, or whatever you want to do with it. That's exactly what you need right now. And I'm at the stage where I'm just in this heart frequency where all it wants is to be seen and to be loved and to be understood and just to be, because it's part of our process. It's part of just understanding what happened, to understanding why we shut off, why we shut down from the world, to be part of it, to live, to love, to experience life. And I'm just accepting that. And for me right now, that's all. That I don't feel that I need to do anything else right now. And if there's any other message for me waiting with this subject, it will come anyways when the right moment, when the time is right. So that was it for the second episode of this beautiful series, Soul Traveler on Earth. I'm wishing you a wonderful day and sending you so much love from Colombia right now. Bye.